Good evening, folks. It's Diamond with the Oppenheimer Ranch Project and Magnetic Reversal News, bringing you a grand solar minimum update on my birthday, August 28th at 1 a.m. Mountain Time 2019. Take a look. Big story tonight. Tropical storm Dorian increasing in strength, and the new model showing it becoming the first named Atlantic hurricane of the season, making landfall on Daytona Sunday, 8 p.m. Heads up! Let's check the models. And not only that, wait till you see what this model is showing. I'm going to run it through here. You can see Tropical Storm Dorian making landfall on Puerto Rico sometime Wednesday afternoon, moving its way across the western side of the island, then potentially affecting at midnight here, Wednesday night into Thursday morning, the eastern edge of the Dominican Republic. Now, wind speeds are going to be moderate at this point. Currently, Dorian is showing wind speeds at around 50 miles per hour. Is that what we just saw? Let's go back and check it together. Maximum sustained winds at 50, movement northwest at 13. Okay. And let's continue the run through here. I think you're going to be interested to see what the European model is showing here. I am. You can see the eye wall and it regaining strength probably over open and warmer water here. And this is typical of hurricane gaining strength. So it would gain hurricane strength at this point, and we could bring it in here for you folks that are in the Daytona area. There's Daytona Beach. And real quick, we could check the wind speed here. Move it around. And you can see it, according to the European model, it's not a hurricane at this point. It's just a tropical storm, and a small one with a tiny eye. As we predicted earlier, we didn't think this was going to increase in strength. But look at Marsh Harbor. If you're in this region here on Saturday, heads up. By Saturday, according to the models, you could be nearing hurricane strength winds. An eye wall could be developing in all of this region. I don't even know what this is in the Bahamas here. But holy macaroni, this baby's coming right through according to this model. Crushing you in Marsh Harbor. Let's check the wind speeds at this point. Let's bring him in here. Let's bring the little cursor over here. Whoa! Let's bring it where we need it. So even at this point, according to the European model, we're not showing hurricane strength at all, but it looks like quite a large storm. And according to the European model, this large tropical storm or hurricane is going to make landfall actually at Palm Bay, right near Orlando, and then come right on shore through Orlando, and wait till you see what it does next. It's amazing. These mathematical models. The storm regroups and re-intensifies off of Tallahassee on Monday morning, with the strongest winds on the model showing up here. I got from some 57s. It's not happening now. Maybe we have to just go back a bit, but it doesn't matter. It's just a model. And then if we run it through, it's going to rafe the Panhandle coast Monday through Tuesday, which is their lose day up in Mobile, as this baby makes landfall, according to the models. Well, that was a lot of bandwidth. Keep calm. It's boom time. Watch crazy hail and flooding in Gillette, Wyoming. Why not? What else would you do? I want you to take note of what this young lady says in the video in the middle of summer, the peak of summer, what she says. This is from the mouths of babes.
I don't like the winter.
This isn't winter.
I know, but like the winter.
This isn't winter.
No, but it's heat. I don't like the winter.
This isn't winter.
No, but it's heat.
And that's a
Not a
boom.
live one.
Amazing footage there in the middle of winter, in the middle of this isn't winter.
I don't like the winter.
Neither do I. But we're about to live a really long winter. Coming soon to a winter near you. Look at the flooding here. Heads up, Laramie. It's a bad day in Laramie. Or is this Gillette? This is Gillette. It does not want you to see this. Extreme borderland weather, severe storm with huge hail follows record set for 100-degree days. I doubt it. El Paso, Texas, the borderland experienced a pair of weather extremes on Tuesday, first setting an all-time record for a number of 100-plus degree days for the month of August. Heads up, El Paso! And then followed by an evening of severe thunderstorms that produced significant hail. How do we know? We have the video. There we go. There's your El Paso weather. Severe storm with huge hail. I don't think that was that huge. But, I have a... Anyway, winter is coming. 2020 Old Farmer's Almanac calls for lots of snow in Chi-Town. Oh, Windy City. #1 place where you can get murdered on the planet currently. And get buried in snow. Amazing! Dan, I couldn't have produced it better. Winter is coming. So is Diamond. Happy birthday to me. Holy macaroni. Which way do I have to go? Okay. Winter's coming, and the 2020 Old Farmer's Almanac is calling for lots of snow. Ho, ho, ho. The Almanac provides weather predictions for Alaska, and based on the sun, not you, not CO2, Hawaii, and 16 regions across the country, it says it was 80.5% accurate in predicting last winter's wild weather. However, in North America, it was paltry and failed. It said it was going to be warm and low precipitation. Anyway, I digress. This winter, prepare to shiver as it's forecasting below normal temperatures from the heartland westward to the Pacific and the desert Southwest, Pacific Southwest, and Hawaii. But it will be above normal elsewhere, wherever that is. Chi-Town. It's Lose Day. We're going to get back to this. I think I have some maps and some graphs. Colorado weather, Denver's earliest snows on record. September 3rd is Denver's earliest recorded snowfall back in 1961. And according to sources, they may be breaking this record, which is not a schmeckard. But here you can see in September, and May. There is some snow in Denver. And they're forecasting, there are signals that the middle of next week could bring Colorado a meaningful early taste of fall, likely accompanied by some higher elevation slushy snow, making some glaciers form because not all the snow is melted. Are you smelted? I smelt it. Who dealt it? Farmer's Almanac, frigid and snowy winter coming, as predicted. We predicted this 2 years ago to be happening, and they're predicting it now today. This is amazing. Chilly, frigid, frozen, snowy, cold, wet, frozen, brisk, and frozen, and snowy. We aren't alone now. We have the Farmer's Almanac to back us up. Back that up. Dorian to bring tropical storm conditions to Puerto Rico and the U.S. Virgin Islands Wednesday. Hurricanes possible this weekend. What? There are hurricanes possible? Yeah, because it's going to make landfall somewhere near Daytona, probably south, and go across that peninsula and reform in the Gulf and rafe the coast. And heads up, Mobile. Tropical storm Dorian will approach Puerto Rico through Wednesday morning. Tropical storm conditions, including heavy rain. Tuesday is the lose day in Mobile, Alabama, if the models hold up. Are you holding up? Tropical storm Dorian takes aim at Puerto Rico. Live updates. We'll leave you links. Puerto Rico braces for storms, and they're just buying water. They don't even eat food there. They just drink the water. Apparently, there's no water on the island, and it's got to be in a plastic bottle. Who the fuck made that up, man? What's going on with the world, dude? There's water sources. As Puerto Rico braces for storm, Department of Homeland Security, FEMA, move all of the money to the border operations so that the people starve to death and suffer again. Those are the facts. These are the people. It's because they love you so much. Massive hailstorm that hammered Edmonton area in August racked up $90 million in damages. That's dab-worthy. So is this French wine debacle. Drought, frost, and hail because of global warming have French vineyards over a barrel. Well, spank my hiney. Call me Shiny. Is my name Pliny? Weather. NIWA warns sudden stratospheric warming, which we just saw last year in the winter up here in our hemisphere. It's happening down in the southern hemisphere. Would you believe that? And it's peaking Friday. Apparently they found some good mushrooms. It's amazing. Now, sudden stratospheric warming occurs when the stratosphere warms 20 or 30 degrees above normal instantly. And you know what happens down in the atmosphere? Yes, you're fluxed. A sudden stratospheric warming event is forecast to peak on Friday. And I'll probably be peaking then too because I've pushed my birthday up into the weekend and I have lots of impacts the time trickled second blah. So look, impacts will trickle down onto you. Trickle dickle. Right onto New Zealand. Starting the first or second week of September. A September to remember in New Zealand. As the snows will continue to fall. And the bomb will continue to be called a fraud. And so on and so forth. And we're going to get to more Australian amazingness. As Tim Ball wins over Michael Mann and his hockey stick, so does the Australian climatology fall. And we'll get to that. Space weather news. Now, we've coupled with the first coronal hole here, starting when I saw the BZ shift, and I told you. And we've coupled with it, and here's the cosmic ray spike. Boom! Up into infinity. Literally. This cosmic ray spike, if it continued for a period of time, would be evolutionary. Yep. No one reporting on that. But we've now gone straight sun to earth, and we are now coupled with the first coronal hole that's passing us. The second one, which is even larger, much larger, and also equatorial, is about to couple with us in the next 24 hours, 24 to 36. We'll see what's happening. but there is already some evidence that it's happening now. Seismic uptick expected. And the only quake of note is in the middle of nowhere, this big circle right here. So if we come to the big circle, we see it's an M6.6 magnitude, 130 kilometers south of Bristol, Ireland in the South Sandwich, which makes me want a little extra mayo, maybe light toast, with a little bit of lettuce maybe and a tomato. Ooh, with some bacon. Always add bacon. Oh, delicious. Shiveluch volcano news and updates. Now, according to Volcano Discovery and Tom Pfeiffer, which he still hasn't gotten back to me on email, he actually bowed down to the pricks because our sources contacted VOC 12 hours ago, and even the person at the head desk was like, yeah, we had this report, and there were hikers on the ground, and they put it up, and we don't have any satellite data, so I don't know. No one has ever questioned if an eruption actually happened. This is weird. And so Volcano Discovery bows down and said it did not take place. Just like Jake over at the Grand Solar Minimum channel said, who can suck it, by the way. But if you come over to VOC, Darwin VOC, the volcano ash advisory is still up with flight level 700. And not only that, Ben Davidson and I have spent hours looking at this Himawari data. And why don't you just take a look at it and be the judge for yourself? Just judge it while you dab, and I'll play it twice. And that should suffice. You're looking at the Shiveluch eruption on August 20th. Boom! You're looking at the Shiveluch eruption on August 24th. Here you can see the plume clearly. This is a massive plume. Over 30 kilometers long there, extending to over 60 kilometers at one point, and then spreading out. Quite a massive eruption. Now, notice that the plume is above the existing clouds. The existing cloud tops in Kamchatka is about 35,000 feet. This means this plume is well above there, traveling above the clouds. It could be as high as the reported 70,000 feet. Now, many people are claiming this did not happen because there is no satellite data to back it up. Well, the reason I'm showing you this data from Himawari is because it's data that backs up the eruption. Clearly, you see a large plume up to 60 kilometers long there. Intensify into the stratosphere into about a 30 by 8 to 10 kilometer, looks like a bird. Clearly entering the stratosphere. And there's your boom. There it is above the cloud tops. And there's your proof. That's all you need. A little bit of proof. The proof is in the pudding. Over 30 kilometers long there, extending to over 60 kilometers at one point, and then spreading out. Quite a massive eruption. Now, notice that the plume is above the existing clouds. The existing cloud tops in Kamchatka is about 35,000 feet. This means this plume is well above there, traveling above the clouds. It could be as high as the reported 70,000 feet. Now, many people are claiming this did not happen because there is no satellite data to back it up. Well, the reason I'm showing you this data from Himawari is because it's data that backs up the eruption. Clearly, you see a large plume up to 60 kilometers long there. intensify into the stratosphere into about a 30 by 8 to 10 kilometer, looks like a bird. That's like 75 square miles long, I think. At least. What do you think? Clearly entering the stratosphere. And there's your boom. There it is above the cloud tops. And there's your proof. That's all you need. A little bit of proof. The proof is in the pudding. There was a stratospheric injection at Kamchatka on August 24th. And there it is, before your very eyes. Who can lie to that date? I can't even make that up. Holy macaroni. Give that guy a thumbs up and tell him Diamond sent you. Health officials, mosquitoes positive for triple E, which is not like triple A, because that's like $169 a year for silver. But we're talking about equine encephalitis. I don't know. Something terrible. Eastern equine encephalitis. That means your brain swells and you're from the east and you're a horse. Avoid the outdoors. Residents in Stonington and North Stonington and South Stonington should be worried. And especially Voluntary Town. They are warned against outdoor activity after mosquitoes tested positive for Eastern equine fucking insane-itis. Yeah, Walking Dead and shit. This is like rabies on mosquito larvae. Stonington, Connecticut, mosquitoes trapped in Stonington, North Stonington, and other Stonington areas, as well as Voluntown Town, have tested positive for Eastern equine encephalitis, which means their brains are going to swell and they're going to die. And among those found with the virus are ones known to bite humans. I don't even know what the fuck this is saying. As a result, residents in all three towns are advised to not go outside ever. Don't paddle. Do not fish. Do not hike. Stay indoors. Hide behind the curtains. Push the choy back in and take another hit. And peek out the curtains. Triple E is rare. But the rocks are big, and seriously, the disease caused by the virus is transmitted by mosquitoes, which cannot be inside unless you're in Crestone in a hotel where the entire room is filled with them. So stay in there and get the triple E or the triple A. Who knows what the fuck they're talking about? Heads up, this guy's awesome, especially when I see reef hoax. Triumph of misinformation. Where are we? Are we here? Really? Professor slams Great Barrier Reef hoax. Now, this is coming off the tails of Tim Ball and Michael Mann from Penn State. Oh, what a fucking fraud. Penn State, home of the rapist capital of the Joe Paterno fraud empire failure. Just like where I came from, Temple and Bill Cosby, the rapist. Heads up, these indoctrination facilities that make you go bankrupt on student loan debt where you think you're going to have a fucking career that anyone gives a shit. Holy shit. Triumph of misinformation. Professor. Anyway, let's get to it. Legislation aimed at protecting the Great Barrier Reef, which is completely fucking fine, could be delayed as concerns are raised about the impacts on farmers. Oh my God, you can't put any more stuff on the ground to make us food so we can live. Professor Peter Ridd, who is seeking compensation after being unlawfully sacked after challenging James Cook University Climate Change Science Division, says claims the reef is damaged is misinformation. Slip another fucking shrimp on the coral reef for me, will you? Or a coral polyp for that matter. And it seems as if the Queensland government is listening. choosing to hold off on water quality legislation that would target the agricultural community. Yes, the bomb is a fraud. Professor Ridd tells Alan Jones it's an incredible situation. You actually have to be here to taste the shrimp, which we don't even say here. We say prawns, so I don't even know what I'm saying. If you go to the Great Barrier Reef to taste the prawns proper, which is 40 to 100 kilos offshore, there's just no mud out there, says Mr. Mud, or Mr. Ridd, or Mr. Ricky Ridd, or Rudd. Even the Australian Institute of Marine Sciences has the head up their asses, agrees Diamond with the Oppenheimer Ranch Project. 99% of the coral are confined, and agreeing that there's no fucking mud, and that farmers aren't affecting them, so they can suck it. You just need to suck it and go off the edge of the reef and speak coral or something, says everyone. What are you, new? A 2,000-year history of temperatures on the southern Tibetan plateau shows that, ho, 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 there's no fucking global warming, and it's not your fault. It's not you. It's not CO2, man. It's like the sun, bitches. It's the sun. Paleoclimatology and graphs. I mean, we can use tree rings and oxygen isotopes and on, man. There's so many fucking proxies. I can shove them right up your face and stick them right in your eyes. And you'll still be like, Greta Thunberg, oh my God, do you see her? She's sailing in her yacht across, and it's so amazing. Did you see the yacht? It's like, and then it was like carbon fiber, man. Air Force mysterious X-37B spacecraft sets new record for time and space. Who was in this thing? An Air Force X-37B space plane just completed its 718th day in orbit. That's like $8 trillion in gas, said Diamond, making it the longest mission yet for a secretive military test program that everyone knows about. How secret is that, man? Like, what are they talking about? And who's paying for that? Oh, you are! The U.S. military has launched 5 uncrewed X-37Bs, burning up trillions of dollars worth of petrol in the skies as everyone claims it's blippity-bloppity global warming. These planes burn more in carbon and, oh my God, fossil fuels than you could ever can use in every car on the planet, ever. And, boom! Holy sh! Keep calm. I know. We're waiting for a big one, just so it shuts it down. I'm waiting for it. I'm watching. I'm saying, like, can it hurry up? Hurry up! Before they burn up all the fuel already. Kamikaze satellites coming soon as the magnetic reversal occurs. False reports of Amazon fires mislead and undermine trust in climatologists and the media. Do we need an article? Yeah, we need more articles about the mistrust. We need more articles about the ruse. We need more of these. The latest climate change disaster du jour was the lead story in many news feeds and headlines around the globe. The report was the Amazon was burning at an unprecedented rate because of you. You fucking pricks. Well, we know it's your fault, and you can suck it. You want to know about the facts? Tony Heller has done a bang-up job of sticking his foot up the alarmists' asses. Greenland propaganda meltdown was, I thought, Emmy award-winning. And then, Pulitzer Prize, Rewriting Iceland. Start with the propaganda meltdown, and you'll get all the facts you need to know about the Greenland ice sheet, mass gain, and glaciology in general, and how calving is supposed to happen. And geologists like Tony and I are well aware of how simple it would be to just I could do a free undergraduate class, 1 credit. We could all do it in just 8 hours. And the whole world would be more informed than anyone else on the planet, because for some reason, the majority of the people just want to be like, oh yeah, man. Yeah, dude. I wish I had a cell phone around here. Do I have one? Hello, McFly. Yeah, because this is the world. Oh my god. Yeah, I know I'm texting a guy from Guam. I've never met him. I never met him. He's awesome. Did you see his thighs? They're like cantaloupes. I think he's smuggling weed. Thank you to all of our one-time donors, our new Patreons. We need to grow. You need to share these videos. People need to know this. I try to deliver it in a funny, whimsical way that everyone can just get the fuck along. But apparently that's not happening. So people, if I offend you, you can suck it.